I gave myself a challenge to not use any filler words in this video. This includes like as a filler, you know, I mean, kinda, sorta, basically, literally. Though if I say one of those words, the video is done. Today's video is gonna be about how God cannot bless a distracted man. We'll start off with a verse. We are going to be in Matthew 6, verse 24. No one can serve two masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other, or you will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. That verse doesn't have to be about money. It could be about worldly distractions. Recently, I realized that nowadays it is very easy for us to get distracted by these little things. With one click of a button, we are already scrolling mindlessly and surfing the internet mindlessly for hours on end. That is your mind being distracted. Me personally, I have caught myself scrolling mindlessly for no reason and going against what God has told me to do. He tells you to find your purpose and chase your purpose and really realize what your purpose is, really. He gives you opportunities, he gives you direction, and you must be present in order to receive them. The core idea here is if your mind is always distracted, how are you going to clearly hear anything that God is trying to tell you? I emphasize, in order to, if you haven't already, have quiet time and have time where you spend in silence by yourself, in a time without distraction, away from these, and away from other things that will get you distracted. Because if you're always distracted, you will never be able to listen. A lot of times I find myself scrolling because I lack patience, believe it or not. I want things to happen fast, and that's what causes me to lose discipline. I often catch myself when I'm when I have downtime, or when I'm not doing anything really. Guess that's downtime. I pick up the phone. I start scrolling on Instagram and TikTok. And I lose focus of what I needed to do that day. Believe it or not, when you scroll, you're using energy. You only get an X amount of energy each day. You gain energy from sleeping, from eating, and things like that. When you doom scroll, you're using energy. Now, what I think and what I've been trying to implement is transferring that energy into something more productive. So instead of doom scrolling and using that energy mindlessly doom scrolling on my phone, I much rather pick up the Bible or finding a book to read. And more often than not, I start feeling a lot better about how I spend my time at the end of the day when I journal and when I really think and have time to myself to think, did I get closer to my goals today? That's the question that I ask myself every single day. Did I get closer to my goals today? Here's what I challenge you guys. To put your phone down more and be more intentional with your time. Create quiet time for yourself and try focusing on one thing at a time. I also urge you guys to hang out with your family more even. I know this world can be very busy. Trust me, I know that you might have a lot on your plate. But always try finding yourself time for yourself and for family. And I'm not perfect at this by any means. I am personally still trying to work on it, but I think it would be very beneficial if you guys were to try and work on it as well. This will be harder than expected. You will feel the urges to slip up and pick up your phone and try to doom scroll or try and get distracted on your phone. I'm sorry. I'm trying to slow down and really process my thoughts here. Excuse the breaks. Excuse all the stopping. It might be a little hard for you guys to follow, but please bear with me. And so, to wrap everything up, I'm just trying to become someone God can trust with more. And by doing so, I must be less distracted and have more of my attention on Him. All right, I'm going to wrap this up before I mess it up.